It is time to go live. It has been a hot minute. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am bringing to you the very
Clean
best
and
today.
organic does
Whoa,
not mean acne.
that is not what I need. That was so weird. That came out of nowhere. So today we are going to be talking about your easy morning skincare routine and adding in your makeup as well. So let me grab this really fastly. Within your easy morning skincare and your makeup, we want to make sure that we are hurrying as fast as we can in the process. So I'm just going to knock this out and roll it in. It has been a hot minute. So if you've never seen one of my lives, will you make sure to put in the comments that you've never seen one before? Because I would love to see how many people are able to see those that hasn't seen them before. And then if you have seen them before, say hi. Hopefully it will pop up in the chat and I can answer any questions that people may have as well. So I'm Jocelyn McClellan. I've been doing this for over 8 years. And through that time, a lot of stuff has changed and a lot of stuff has stayed the same. As I've gone through everything, I love to test out a ton of products. I have so many different products I try. This is the tiniest amount that I just have here as an example of just things that I've tried between skincare, makeup, and hair care. And so it is all just grown from there. I made sure to pop the links in where you can shop with what I'm using today. And then if you want to follow me over on jocelyn.mcclellan on Instagram, you totally can. And I have more links in the link in bio even there. And we're just going to roll this out. So first things first that I want to hit up on is when I wash my face in the morning. Hello, Florida. Hello, Georgia. Hello, Florida again. But when I wash my face in the morning, I don't use a soap. The only way that I recommend using a cleanser, not a soap, a cleanser, is if you are utilizing if you have oily skin. If you have oily skin, then you can use a cleanser, but in the mornings I just get a cloth. I got these babies on Amazon and I'm testing them out just to make sure I like them before I share the link of these, but it is really cool because it's a good size. I've used other ones that are a little bit smaller, but this one's great. So while the face is, I don't go at it with my face being damp. I have it dried down, but I go in next with a vitamin C serum. So using a vitamin C serum in the morning is helping your skin be able to lock out pollutants, and it's really helping with pigmentation and that type of thing. And this one that I use is this really pretty red. It is so awesome. It's got what's called hydroxytyrosol in it. Hydroxytyrosol has amazing benefits, and I absolutely love it. So I actually fell upon this skincare line. I had no idea about the company, but I was intrigued by it. When I look for companies, there definitely has to be something that is intriguing. I didn't know a thing about this company other than I was dealing with chapped skin at the time from testing out products for y'all from Sunscreens. And she's actually a friend from just online, and she hadn't posted in a while, and her post showed up in my feed, and I saw it and I was like, wait, that would address like big problems that I've been having. And so I ordered up it's called the Love Duo. And the first time I used that, I was like, this stuff is not like normal things that I've used in the past. Like this is definitely not the same. So that vitamin C serum, when you use a vitamin C serum in the morning, I like it better. But when you sorry, a text came in and so it threw me off. But when you use a vitamin C serum in the morning, it's really helping with the pigmentation and it's helping with the pollutants. And that's why I like to use it. But morning time, people don't talk about that enough. It's going to vary with what you do in the mornings. Hello, guys. How are you? Hi, Paula. It matters so much where you live, and it matters so much your skin type, because where you live, if it's super dry, obviously in the wintertime especially, you can get dry more. If it is super dry and you're dealing with perimenopause or menopause, that's going to make a difference for you. So notice I'm like sitting here for a hot minute, because when it comes to a vitamin C serum, I don't move into the next product quickly. A vitamin C serum has a higher potential of getting deeper into the skin. And depending on the molecular level of skincare products, depends on how deep it can penetrate. So if I have all of these things that is competing with other products, then it is going to make it so my vitamin C serum can't do the job it needs to do. But the other thing in all of my testing that I found out that we also do not hear estheticians and others talk about is, depending on the makeup that you wear and like if you do wear makeup, and your activity level, how much you sweat in the day, it's going to depend on if you let that vitamin C serum dry down. So if you use an oil vitamin C serum, or if you use a gel like this one that I just did, the oil has to have longer bits of time to be able to get into that skin with its molecular level versus this. But also, just because it's competing with makeup, it's an oil, it's competing with makeup, that's going to make a difference too. So I wait about 3 minutes with this one right here. This is it's all backwards. This one's called F83. I wait for about 3 minutes for this one, and then if you use one from another company, it's an oil base. You want to wait about 10-15 minutes. So you're not losing 10-15 minutes. Like right now, if I wasn't on this live, I'd be just moving into something else. I'm not losing time. I'm not wasting time. I'm moving into something else while I wait, and then I go back to it. Yes, this is the red one. So this is our vitamin C serum right here. And it is this red. And then as time goes, it kind of will oxidize and change color a little bit, but it still is great, potent product. It's still awesome, and you're good to go. Next, I move into this one. Oh, where'd it go? Dude, did I not bring it over here? I was like, is it hiding behind the computer? I don't think I brought it over here. So the next one that I go into is called F59 or 002 within Oliveda. And I guess I'll skip that this time. But the F59 is tightening the forehead. I really, really put it on, and the skin. So I don't get Botox any longer. Of course, I'm still going to have some type of movement there, but it's made it so you can still use this even if you have Botox. In fact, it works great because with Botox, you'll keep that like awesome Botox look for a couple weeks, and then that will wear off. You'll still have Botox in you, but it doesn't have that perfect look. So even if you get Botox, you can still use F59 and 002. It just perfects it that much. But it kind of freezes the skin. It's actually known to be a natural that they used to use back in the day for toothaches, because it kind of numbs it in that area. So next I'll put that on, and I massage it into the skin. And I just really, really, really work that on, and I massage it into the skin really, really well, just enough for that. And then I move into F06. So here's the thing with your easy skincare in the morning is that we want it to be easy, as less amount of steps as possible, so it doesn't compete too much makeup. But B, you're trying to solve the problem of what it is that you truly need. So your next products that you would be putting on is dependent on how dry you are or how oily. So this baby right here, this one is F06. This one is a serum. This is actually, these two are the ones that I tested the skincare out with. Before I even talked about the skincare, I tested it out for 2 whole months. Again, I knew nothing about this company. I gotta turn, it's literally backwards. Like in my mirror, I'm going this way, and in here, I'm going the opposite. But I tested this out for 2 months, didn't know anything about the company besides as I was researching. I'm like, okay, their website is easy to shop from. I love the packaging. The branding is killer. They're giving me the good information of what it can do. And this talks about how it can help with redness and how it can make your skin have that glow. From my previous skincare, I was not getting the glow. I really, really, really wanted a glow. So I started testing out this. You go in slow. Like I like to do 1 day on, 2 days off, 1 day on, 2 days off when I'm starting out. And you go in nice and slow. But this product right here, the F06, this one, it's the right direction for us on the screen. Okay, good. But with this one, I will only put it as I've tried it out and tested it in multiple ways. For me, living in a humid location, and I'm normal to oily skin versus somebody else that lives in a humid and is dry, or somebody else that lives in a dry area and is dry. So this is where your skincare changes in the morning. And again, this is easy morning skincare, but this is where you make the biggest difference for yourself. If you are dry, you can put this all over your whole face. I am at a place right now that I'm a little dry just because I just got done traveling, and I was in Hawaii, but Hawaii dried me out. Like it really, truly dried me out. So with being dried out, I am going to be putting it all over. And so I'm going to do just a couple, 1, 2, 3. And Then what I told you about the Love Duo, those two, in the daytime, I will not do F63 because I'm normal to oily. So I will not do this in the day, but I'll use it at night. But right now, where I'm just a little dry, we're not in hot season. Okay. So my weather isn't like crazy hot and crazy humid right now with being in Texas. I'm going to just throw in one drop just because, again, I'm a little drier from traveling. And this is what's awesome about our skin. You don't have to stick to only the same exact thing all the time. You can change it to how your skin is flowing. So a lot of times what you'll do in the wintertime, you won't do in the summertime because your skin will be acting differently because now you're going to be sweating more. It's going to be hotter. Your heaters aren't going to be on, that type thing. I'm glad you mentioned that about the vitamin C serum. I was wondering if it loses potency when the colors change. It doesn't. It's just that air hitting it. It still does a really good job. And by the time it's time for a new one, you're going to be great to go. Okay, I'm going to mix these two together. And then I am more aware of where I'm placing this one. So where I know I get super oily is my forehead. And so even though I'm a little more dry, I ask myself, where am I dry? So I don't put it all over unless I feel I need it all over. And that's where that FO6 and any oils that you put on your face really can come into play is, asking like, it sounds weird, but I ask myself like, dude, where do I feel dry? Do I need this? And then I always include the neck. Another thing that you can do is in the day, you can do F87 with the FO6 instead of the F63. Completely different products. We're still sticking to the FO6 because it is going to add that glow to the skin and help hydrate that skin. But this now is a retinol, but it's a vitamin A. So it's a natural retinol. This one's from Kahai oil. I love this sucker. So if you're used to retinols, this is one that you can use morning and night. This is not a sun sensitivity one, and you can totally rock that out. Hello, hello. So for these FO6 and F63, yes, there's different options that you can do, but whatever I tell people, I'm like, dude, start with the Love Duo. It is such a smart product. So that's where I started, and it is awesome. When you start out, again, you always want to go slow, so slow, because water is not the number one ingredient in this skincare. And as I've learned more and more about this, because I've now been using it for over a year, it is potent. And so one of the things I want to make it very, very clear. When I found this, I don't care if a company is a direct sales company or an affiliate company. I actually get treated really, really good as a consumer from a direct sales company if I like the alignment of the company. And Oliveda's website is very, very easy to shop from, and their customer service is amazing to work with, which makes it awesome. So as somebody who decided to become an affiliate within this company, it is a direct sales company, it's better for me in the sense of I know when Victoria places her order, I know if Victoria needs help that I can go back and find her order, and if I need to, or I can ask her what all that you got. I can see dates, I can see all the things on the backside, I can see if it's shipped, I can see all of that, which I can't see as just a regular affiliate. So that's why it does matter to me to come into play. There has to be that alignment with me and the company itself. I don't care how other affiliates work. I just care about how I work with the company. And that's huge. So you're hearing me talking, not going straight into makeup or not going straight into the next step. It's because give it a little bit of time, especially now we have that oil. And let me just say, because I don't put oil on my face all the time. So we need to, especially with having normal to oily skin for myself, you got to give it that little bit of time to penetrate into the skin. And since we have FO6 and F63 that I put on, turn this sucker around. It's literally like, this is so weird. It's so backwards for me. But because we have these two, when you have a serum and you have an oil, when they come together, it creates an emulsion, and that emulsion is what allows it to get into that skin differently than when they're each individually on its own. It's like a magic trick. It just does it. Okay, so I wait for just a second for that to hop on again. I'm moving to other things. And then I go in next with a sunscreen. So depending if you're somebody that wants to wear sunscreen or not, that is totally up to you. I've had skin cancer removal on my face, so I want to wear one. This one that I'm testing, I'm not going to say what kind it is because I'm testing, because I do test out for such a long time. So I'm going to put this sunscreen on. I'll just put it on my face for time's sake, and I'm not going to get it down into my neck and all that, but you do want to make sure that you are getting it down into the neck, get it up into that hair. You can also get it onto your ears, especially if you're somebody that shows your ears in the day. Get it on the backs of your hands, because when you drive, that type thing. And then of course we're going to move it all down into the neck. So you don't want to make it be as thin as it possibly can, but you want to make it blended in, because we want sunscreen even on the face. So this is where the easy makeup comes into play. I don't waste any time, and I hop right in. Let me move this out of the way. I hop right into my makeup routine, but the reason that I go straight for my eyes, I didn't even put my under eye. Okay, so normally I put on my under eye cream. Make sure you add that baby in there. But because I already put this on, I'm not going to put it on. But did you notice how I didn't put moisturizer on? So you will hear everybody say that you need to use moisturizer in the day. Again, this is going to come down to two things, a little bit more than that. Okay. It's going to come down to pretty much three. What is your skin type? Okay. And how is it acting at the moment? Where do you live? So again, is it humid or is it dry? And what kind of makeup do you wear? So those are things when everybody tells you you have to wear moisturizer in the day, there is a but to that. So if you're wearing sunscreen, okay, a sunscreen that is, I'll turn the thing around so you can't see, a sunscreen that is for your skin type. Okay. And if you want a sunscreen guide where I tested the heck out, I tested for over 2 years for the ones that are in it, and I'm still testing. And so far, none have fit the bill with going into my guide besides the new one that I put in my newsletter. That's going to go into my guide next. But when you have a sunscreen that is for your skin type, it's going to have a set amount of moisturizer already in it. So if you are using a sunscreen that's for dry skin, that sunscreen will have more moisturizer in it. If you're using a sunscreen for normal skin, it's going to have a little bit less and a little more mattifying. And then if you have one that is for oily skin, it's going to be a mattifying sunscreen. So if you were to put a moisturizer on and then put a sunscreen on, you are overdoing it. Okay. And then that's how we get slippage within the makeup and stuff like that, especially that third thing. What kind of makeup are you wearing? You follow it up with a cream makeup, because cream makeups hold in moisture, whereas liquids and powders are more drying. So all my mature skin lovelies that are like, is Saint makeup great for cream skin or dry skin or mature skin? Yes, it is, because it is that cream makeup, and we're going to be very specific with application. So if you are somebody that is in a dry area, you have dry areas on your face, you can take your moisturizer and put it only on the dry areas, and then move into the sunscreen after that. When people say, I use a moisturizing sunscreen, you got to be cautious with that, because if you use a moisturizing sunscreen and you are already normal to oily skin, it's going to be too much. You'll start to notice that if you have a hot flash and sweat is beating up and it's humid outside and you're like, why? It's because you've got too much going on. You're making things compete, and that's where you're going to run into a problem. Okay, does that make sense? Put that in the comments. If it does not, I need to know. Okay, so we're going to use a cream foundation today, aka a cream highlight. I use the cream makeup for the fact of it makes everything make sense. Now, I have a powder. You won't see me put powder on. In the summertime, you might see me put powder in key places. In the wintertime, you will not see me put powder on at all. And then I will, as we're going from winter to spring, you will see I'll do a little bit of a shift. I might have put something on in one way, but not in another. There'll just be a little gradual shift as we go. You can also see that the sunscreen I use in the winter is not the sunscreen I use in the summer, because in the winter I use more of a hydrating one, and in the summer I'm more oily, so I switch there. So you might even find that you like multiple sunscreens even throughout the year, mainly just two. Even throughout the year. And you can also find, I'm going to set this here. I put too many things in this like I was cleaning and I just shoved all this stuff in here. So the thing I love about my makeup is I don't need a filled makeup bag. And this is more full than I like it because I was trying to just shove all the pieces I had into here. So I have way more, like I have all these brushes that are not even needed in this place. So I'm going to get my eye primer and my brow gel. So on my Amazon's, sorry, not on my Amazon storefront, in the link in my bio on Instagram, and I'll work on getting it here too. In the link in my bio on Instagram, if you go under my shop, you are going to see a beauty section. And in that beauty section, or if you go to my favorites, it's a favorites highlight bubble on Instagram. You will see some of my other favorites besides Saint. That is where you're going to get my clear brow gel, and you're going to get my, I'm an affiliate now with Sigma for my, whatever this is called, for my eye primer. Goodness gracious. And this one I love because it will conceal the look of my veins. It's got a great color to it. So if I didn't want to wear any eyeshadow today, I could get by because it covered the veins and it did a good job to just give it something. But you always want to make sure that you close your eyes and get into that crease, because a lot of times people will put it on with their eyes open and then they'll be like, no matter what I do, my eyes always crease, and it will be primed with their eyes open, and then it will not get into those cracks like it needs. So especially if you're someone with wrinkly eyelid, lean that head back and get into those cracks. Customer service with OTP is amazing. I had a vitamin C serum bottle that did not screw shut. So while it was evaporating quickly and kind of a mess, I emailed them and they had a new bottle on the way immediately. That is seriously so awesome to hear. Thank you for taking the time to say that. I have worked very hard to align myself with companies that truly care for people. And if something doesn't go right, you let me know and we take care of it, because that is how we roll. Why? Like, you can, this is so weird. This is when I used to go live on YouTube over here, the cameras were not switched like this, but they are now. And I already have one brow that sits higher than the other brow, but this is like making me feel it's even more. They've changed their cameras since before. Okay, so we're going to go right into the easy makeup. Let's make this easy and quick and to the point. Eyeshadow first, and I am going to roll it out with this color called Chai. So Chai is just a great basic color that I like to do first, and I like to get it up outside, go higher than you think that you need to go outside of that brow, because it is going to camouflage all of the excess skin. If you go too low, it will do nothing for you. But it will actually show the excess skin more. So you really want to get up there, like get up higher than you think you do. I call it getting out of the hood. The hood is no good. Okay, so we're getting up out of the hood, and we're also lowering our brows. So we want to lower the brow and relax the eye when you do it. And this is just what we're doing while we're doing our eyes while the face dries. Okay, then I'm going to go in with my next color, and I'm going to do, since I haven't gone live on here for a long time, let me teach you the eye over here that I've been doing. So I'm going to take this color right here called pomegranate, and I'm going to take pomegranate to right along the lash line. Okay, right along the lash line. And then when I do this is with this brush is in my Shop My section. It actually came with a set. It is so good. This one is the 204. Okay, so see how wide it is, and you're just like, no, that's not good. Just hold tight. Just hold tight. So you can make this. This is why I love this eye. It's so easy. An easy eye look is like, hallelujah, sister. Okay, see how wide it is, and you're like, Joss, there's no way that this is going to work out. The thing that I love about this is you can hurry with it, and all is well. Okay, next, I'm going to clean off my brush just on my hand. And I'm going to go to this color right here called Claire. And I'm going to put Claire directly behind it. But because Claire is going to touch that other color, the pomegranate color that I used, now Claire is going to neutralize out so that pomegranate is not so vibrant. See how I did that? I'm worried about traveling with you don't need to be worried. I travel with the bottles all the time. This last time that I went to Hawaii, I did put them in smaller bottles just because I only took a carry-on and I was trying to conserve space as much as I could because since I only took a carry-on for like 7 days or whatever. So I did buy smaller sizes and I've just bought an even smaller size to see if I like that size better. So once I have that figured out, that will be over on Instagram because you can just buy just glass bottles and put them in with the glass bottles. I haven't had any problem. The biggest bottle is 3.4 ounces, and that's the biggest as it can be. But we're not using a ton, so throwing it in a smaller bottle is well too. And then the other thing I like about that is that when I came home this time, I didn't have to take all my makeup out of my makeup bag. It can just stay in that makeup bag because that's like my traveling bag. Like it can just stay in there. And so that was also really, really handy for that. Okay, so as I look at this, I just want to make sure that everything's balanced out, and I need to hold my head this way because this is like so throwing me off. Okay, I'm going to go back into chai, and I'm going to make sure I put chai right behind that Claire, and then I'll make sure I blend everything else out and then hitting it right getting it above that brow. Just making this is just the final blending. Okay. Then I will just finish that off. I'll take this guy right here. This one is called Trust. So chai, pomegranate, Claire, Trust. That's it. And all Trust is going to do is just come right in through here. And I can do this eye in 3 minutes, and I can do my face in 3 minutes. Okay, so this is truthfully a really fast eye. I think I need to go live one day where I don't talk at all. I just do my makeup so y'all can see how fast I can do things. Because once I get to talking, I'll slow everything down. Okay. Share what bottles you bought because I will need to do the same thing. I got you. Got you. Okay, now we're going to go to mascara. Saint came out with mascara. Has anybody tried Saint's mascara? So I will give you my real review with this mascara. I love it, except sometimes it gets a lot of stuff on the spoolie and it drives me crazy. So this one is the Lash Velvet. They came out with 3. And I do really like it, but you can't see, you can't tell, but you do have to, when you put it on, you have to get it, like move it around a bit, or you can use a brush that they also sell, or I will do this. So I'll put this on because this one's their like thicker one. They have a thinner one that is so natural. If you want to like not wear any makeup this summer and you want to have a really, really natural looking mascara, they have one that is that. And then, but like if you want it to even be thinner than that, whatever, but I love my Man-Eater, and I will take the Man-Eater mascara because they only have it in black and my Man-Eater's brown. But I will finish off this with this brush and it just changes it. And I'll just finish it off with that brush. You got it. You ordered Lash Silk. You like it provides a natural look. Yes, it totally does. It totally does. I love saying I want to order new blushes and eyeshadows. Yeah, because now spring is here. Spring has sprung. And it is time to change up our color palette all the way. Okay, so I'm just going to get this. And I also, just so you know, when I test, I pay attention to sensitivities. I pay attention to all of that. I mean, granted, everybody's skin is different and everybody has, different eyes and all of that. But I want you to know when I test the sunscreens, I really do test sensitivities and stuff like that because I do have sensitive skin as well. When I test for a long time. I'm not somebody that tests one time and then I'll give you an answer. I do test for a really long time. So like with Olive Tree, with testing out for two whole months ahead of time, that makes such a big difference as well. Cause then I know, where did I set that? Oh, it's under the thing. Then I know how it goes. So, okay, we're going to finish this out so quickly. Now we're going to move into the cream highlights, your cream foundation. And we've already focused on morning hydration. I've already talked to you about hydrating for mature skin. And this makeup is so good for mature skin as well. I love it. So if you're somebody that you only want to use key things of Saint makeup, this is like my makeup that everything's in one palette. It's the best thing ever. Is there anybody on this live who has not heard of this or seen me use it? It is amazing. It is amazing. I love Man Eater. I got you, girl. Okay. If you haven't heard of it, it is so cool. And the thing that I love about it too is it just makes your makeup bag that much easier. If you want to throw in something else into a makeup bag because you like a product from another company too, by all means do. Like, let's say you like other foundations. You just wouldn't put those foundations in this. You would just have yours be mostly contours and bronzers and blushes or color correcting or anything like that. So that's a huge thing that I love about it. But I start out with a bronzer. So this is actually Suede Lip Liner. Again, versatile product. And I go in with the bronzer first because it's just at an amount that I don't really have to spend much time blending. So I save time, right? I'm not putting too much on. And with a cream makeup, it's going to be a way smaller amount. So people will be like, there's nothing on my brush. There's more on your brush than you think because it only goes to the end. You don't want to see thick bunches on the brush. You don't want to see anything like that. You just want to see a little bit to now, like you can see that I've got color and it's just really applied quickly. So when you put bronzer on your face first, you can look at your face and you're just like, dude, like I look already put together. And so it makes you realize that you don't need as much makeup as you might have thought you did. And that's why I like it. You can do it the other way. Totally fine. You can do it just like all the ways that we see people apply online. Totally fine. But this allows you to really just get what needs to be on there. So now I'm going to go in with this blush. This is Renaissance. This is Tiger Lily. And I'm going to put Renaissance. I focus more on the back. So people who have rosacea or anything like that, when you usually have it here. So focus your blush in the back instead of in the front. Okay. So anywhere you have rosacea, apply your blush to where you don't have rosacea to create that blush shape. And you're going to start to see that's why I like to have a color that is like redness in my palette. Because if you get sunburned and you put makeup on your face, this is all going to look like makeup and this is going to be red. Having that color in hand, you can then just take a little bit of that red and put it on your chin and it just makes it merge together so well. And then I like to have another fun color to pop in a fresh color as well. So without foundation on my face already, we're starting to see things like come together without needing there to be a lot of foundation on the face. So then I'm just going to come in with my foundation. I pick the darkest of the three colors and I hit the areas that I know is darker. And guess what? If you did not know, I color match people to what colors are best for them. So I'll take that darker color and I'll mark on your face of where you should apply the darker color. And then I'll take the main shade, the middle one, and I will, that one I don't mark on the face. So you put that one where I don't mark and it will be like for everywhere else. And then I put the brightening one, the third color, I put it where I just want to brighten. And I actually brighten I forgot to do my nose. So I do my nose in the darker color because my nose is red. Middle color for my lip. I actually take a little bit of that suede to my upper lip because that pigment is actually lighter than other areas of my face. And then I do a mix of the lighter and the middle along this jawline. And then it's going to match in with my neck better. So you don't have to do that. It's just because I get lighter right there. And then that be all. I turn my brush back over and just make sure my blush is blended in good from where I applied. And that's all I need for it. So then you can line your lips with suede lip liner. I personally like this color because it's more the color of my lips. This one is in my Shop My on Amazon. And I'll start getting those Shop My links added over into YouTube. You're going to see me going live and posting more on YouTube from here on out. And that is it. You can put anything you want on your lips. You can put a little fun color. You can go in. And this one, this is Diamonds Are Forever from Saint. I love this stuff. I'm literally using every last drop of this. And then that's all she wrote. So that is how I do it. Do you have any questions for me before I end this live and we all go on our merry way? That is my easy skincare in the morning and easy makeup. I want you to be able to start to understand skincare using the Oliveda skincare. I have loved it. Again, I think when a company takes really good care of their people, you can see the reason I started using it is I needed it to fill the place of what wasn't being taken care of with my other skincare. And then as I tested out more, I was like, that'd be all. So it took me a good couple months before I started talking about it. And then I haven't been on YouTube since I started using it all the time. So we're just going to roll with this. Okay. So there it is with that easy routine using the what did I say? My cream makeup. Sorry, lost my train of thought. What did you put on your hair? I did just a dry powder, dry shampoo, and then I just did a hairspray. So any dry powder, dry shampoo that you can find, I love. Goldilocks has one that I really like. This one is from Launch. I don't know if they still have it. Launch has changed absolutely everything. And then I quit promoting Launch out of necessity of frustration because again, companies, it has to make sense. And they had hosed me. So that was fun. But again, it just shows you love, like there was so many things I loved and then so many things that didn't make sense in the end. But if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out. I put in the links. I put how you can shop each thing. I put that you just shop Saint on its own. When you purchase Saint, you can throw in each individual thing into the cart. Their website is so easy to shop from. You just pick the eyeshadow colors that you want, pop it in the cart, pop it in the cart, pop it in the cart. Same with any of these. You can add in Color Theory if you want to get color match for Color Theory because you are somebody that deals with blemishes or white spots or dark spots in your face. You can get a custom color match. You can just go to fitmissionmakeup.com, choose the Demi color match. These are now called cream correctors and not Demi, but putting cream correctors in my form is way hard. So I'm probably going to keep it at Demi, but these are now called the cream correctors. So you can get a color match for that individually, and you can get a color match individually for, you just put in 2 color matches if you want both for the 3D. This is their 3D makeup because they don't want you to have to put layers and layers and layers on your face. So you're going to go to fitmissionmakeup.com to get the custom color match. And then you can shop Olive Tree in the link below, and you can just shop, Saint in the link below too and not get the color match however you want to do that. So you have a great day. Take care, and I will see you next time.